Les trucs à brûler. Les autres trucs brûler. I think it's fine like this. Yeah. I'm just going to close that window, that curtain. Maybe let's move the mic here. Maria.
This one.
You're gonna move it then, are you? The mic to the front.
Just be careful with this.
Yeah, sorted. Yeah. Yeah, sorted. Yeah, perfect. Thank you. Just like that. Yes, perfect. 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 Yeah, just make a box. Sorted.
Check 1 2, sound check 1 2. Two, 1
Jy kamer is die eerste. En jy die inleiding doen.
Engelse afkorting soos net so.
In Spanje.
Dat is nog bekend in die volksmond, maar anders gaan hulle mos nie.
Het sal Philips en het sal die SSA.
Don't talk about it much. Maybe 13 seconds. Don't do that. Something gets your head.
Dank je. Dank je wel.
Good morning. Good morning, everybody. Maybe before we start, usually we start with the national anthem. Can we all stand up?
Kan allemaal staan alsjeblieft?
Ons
Thank you very much. Can I, before we call, we can sit down. Before I call the owners of the place to come and welcome every other person, can I just say we have got interpreters. There they are. And we've got the staff in that table there. And maybe before I go anyway, let's give the owners of the place to invite us and welcome us. And I would prefer if he comes up here so that the interpreter can, our sign language interpreter can. So if you could come.
Good morning, goeiemorgen, Molweni. Welcome in George. My name is Ruben Vagland. I'm the Deputy Executive Mayor for the City of George. On behalf of the entire council and the people of this beautiful city, we would like to welcome all visitors, especially members of parliament, support staff, and the most important people today here, die mense. Julle is meer as welkom. Neem deel aan die prosesse. Dit is waaroor demokrasie gaan. Dit is waarvoor ons vryheid gekry het. So neem deel aan die prosesse. Please take part in the processes. This is what you are entitled to. Enjoy the rest of the day. Unfortunately, I have other engagements, so I need to go. But you are more than welcome. Julle kan julle skoene uittrek nou. Julle is huiskinders nou. So maak wat jy wil, sit gemakkelijk and enjoy the rest of the day. Thank you, Chairperson.
Othethayo ke ngusekela sodolophu onguceba walapha kule dolophu sikuyo wenza ke amazombulelo ebulela ikomiti ngokubakho kwayo apha nabasebenzi baseparlamente kunye nabahlali abakhoyo yena ke unomsebenzi omninzi ozobanga ukuthi angabikho apha de inkqubo yovalwa kodwa uyafuna ukutsho ukuthi sisonke masithathe inxaxheba kule nkqubo eziso iparlamente singade sikhule nkqu nezihlangu ezisinxibileyo ukubonakalisa ukuthi samkelekile ngalomazi ke egameni ke lesixeko salapha eGeorge nosodolophu uthi wonke umuntu lapha makazivese ekhaya inkosi.
Thank you very much. Maybe we need to introduce ourselves as we are here. My name is Jerome Make. I'm the chairperson of the Hoc Committee on this GILAP, which is General Intelligence Law Amendment Bill. I'll let every person introduce him or herself. Or boys choir.
Savumela ukuthi ke amalungu ilunga linye apha ukuthi lizazise othethayo ke ngusihlalo wale komiti yethutyana umnumzana uMake uthi ke nguye khokela le komiti ngesihlomelo semithetho yezobuntlola uzawunika ilunga linye ke ithuba loba lizazise ucela uxolo ngento ababe ngamadoda odwa ke pha eqongeni.
Môre al die inwoners van George, my naam is Dirk Stibbe en ek is lid van die Hoc Committee. Dankie.
Molweni, njani? Ndiyabulela mhlali ngaphambili. Igama lami ngubulelani Magwanishe, nami ndililunga lale committee eze apha.
Kgotsong. Lebitso la ka ke Teboho Loate, ke leloko la committee ena.
Thobela. La ka lebitso ke Thaboga Mutlo ke mo leloko wa committee.
Thank you very much. Maybe let's start by, in terms of interpretation, we will do it 50-50. The interpreters will, amongst themselves, talk a bit and give to the other interpreter. So the first thing that I would like to do is to explain why there's public participation in relation to this bill.
Ekokuqala ke sizawucela ukwazisa ukuba ke kungoba kutheni ukuba makubekho kubalulekile ukuthi uluntu lunikwe ithuba uba malithathe inxaxheba ngokumalunga nalo mthetho sihlomelo.
Ons gaan nou praat oor werk dit nou? Ja. Ons gaan nou praat oor hierdie wetsontwerp. Ons gaan die tolke 'n kans gee om ook te tolk wat ons gesê het, maar eerstens wil ek praat oor openbare deelname oor hierdie wetsontwerp.
Can I just say, because the two languages, each of us understand the languages, between the two of you, maybe we don't have to repeat after another. Maybe one interpretation bill 2023 is a significant step in addressing shortcomings in the South African intelligence services.
As ons kyk na hierdie wysigingswetsontwerp waar dit gaan oor die wysiging van die algemene intelligensiewette van 2023, is dit 'n beduidende stap om die tekortkominge in ons Suid-Afrikaanse intelligensiese dienste wat die wetgewing wat dit reël aan te spreek.
It provides an opportunity for legislatively address recommendations, redesign intelligence structures, and improve accountability.
Kubonelela ngendlela ke yokuthi kwenziwe izilungiso ngokuhambelana nomthetho nokuseka ngokutsha amaziko ezobunhlola nokuphucula umgangatho.
The proposed changes aim to align legislation with the recommendations of the Zondo Commission, high-level review panel into the State Security Agency, and the Constitutional Court judgment to enhance the work of the intelligence services.
Die voorgestelde veranderinge beoog om wetgewing in lyn te bring met die aanbevelings van die Zondo Kommissie, die presidensiële hoë vlak hersieningspaneel oor staatssekuriteitsagentskap en natuurlik die Grondwet Hof se uitspraak om die werk van die intelligensiedienste te versterk.
This process signifies a commitment to creating transparent and accountable intelligence services for the benefit of all citizens.
Lenkubo ke iphucula indlela yokwenza izinto elubala ngokumalunga ke nokuba bonke abantu boMzantsi Afrika bakwazi uxhamla kwinkonzo ezinikezelwa licandelo lezobunhlola.
The work of South Africa's intelligence services is important as it informs policies that influence everyday life, from the security measures implemented at ports of entry to the responses to public health crises.
Die werk van die diens is belangrik want dit lig die beleide in wat die alledaagse lewe beïnvloed vanaf die sekuriteitsmaatreëls wat by die punte van toegang by voorbeeld hawens toegepas word, sowel as die reaksies op openbare gesondheidskrisisse.
For instance, intelligence plays a critical role in cybersecurity, protecting individuals from data breaches and identity theft, preventing terrorist attacks, and contribute to the stability of financial markets.
Umzekelo umsebenzi wezobunhlalo ubaluleke kakhulu ukubhaqa ke lanto kuthiwa cyber security, indlela ekubiwa ngayo ulwazi ke ngenkqubo yokusebenza ubuchwepheshe ikhompyutha, ukubiwa kobunikazi identity kwakunye nezinye inkqubo ezinokwenza ke kunye nokhuseleko loluntu.
To ensure that the intelligence services can fulfill their functions appropriately, effective intelligence laws are needed.
Om te verseker dat die intelligensiediens sal funksie behoorlik kan uitvoer, word doeltreffende intelligensiewette benodig.
These laws will balance the proper functioning of intelligence services while upholding the rule of law, and protecting civil liberties.
Le nkqubo ke iza kwenza uba makulingane kwindlela yokuhlengahlenzwa kwemithetho yezobuntlola nokukhusela indlela umthetho mawusebenze ngayo.
These laws also establish clear boundaries, prevent overreach, and foster trust between citizens and government, striking a balance between security imperatives and individual freedoms.
Hierdie wette stel ook duidelike grense, dit voorkom oorbereiking en skep vertroue tussen burgers en die regering. Dit skep ook 'n balans tussen die sekuriteitsimperatiewe en die individuele vryhede.
Can I just say that the SSA was established through a presidential proclamation in 2009, and that was irregular, deviating from constitutional requirements.
Ndingatsho ukuthi ke iziko lezobuntlola laseMzantsi Afrika SSA yasekwa ke ngokwesibhengezo siphuma kwiofisi kamongameli ngonyaka 2009 ethi nayo xa iseyisebenza yaqaphela sekukhona ungathi kuyatengwa kwindlela kumele bakulandela ngayo imithetho yezobuntlola.
Despite subsequent legislative amendments, challenges persisted, leading to the formation of the high-level review panel in 2018 to address issues within SSA.
Ten spyte van herhaaldelike wetgewende wysigings gaan die uitdagings voort en dit het gelei tot die stigting van die hoofvlak hersieningspaneel in 2018 om die kwessie binne die SSA aan te spreek.
And I should think we will all know that there was the Zondo Commission, the higher level report. There were recommendations that the intelligence services need to be, can I say, hold in so that they are responsible and accountable to civilian oversight.
Sonke sinolwazi ukuba ke kubekho iCommission kaZondo ethe yanezindululo ethe yazisa ngaphambili kwaphinda kwaba khona la high level commission nayo eyaba neza izindululo ezibhekisele kwicandelo lezobuntlola kwatsho ukuthi icandelo lezobuntlola malizame ukulungisa indlu yalo lizame ukwenza ngokwaneleyo kumsebenzi okanye kwixanduva olulindeleke ukuba malibe liyalithwala.
The General Intelligence Law Amendment Bill of 2023 seeks to implement the recommendations of the high-level review panel by undoing SSA and creating distinct domestic and foreign intelligence services, clarifying mandates and addressing legal and procedural shortcomings.
Die GLAB wat van 2023 wil die aanbevelings van die HLRP implementeer deur die SSA te ontbind en deur die skepping van 'n eie soortige plaaslike en buitelandse intelligensiediens te skep, die mandaat te verfyn en die aanspreeklikheid van die wetlike en tekortkomings van die prosedures aan te spreek.
It aims to enhance accountability, compliance with constitutional court judgments, and regulation of intelligence activities.
Injongo zayo ke kukuqinisa ke ukwenza izinto elubala kwazi uphendula kwakunye liqinisekise ngokuthotyelwa kwemiyalelo nezindululo zenkundla.
In executing its legislative mandate, Parliament seeks to gather public input into the bill.
In die uitvoering van die wetgewende mandaat wil die parlement openbare insette verkry vir hierdie wetsontwerp.
Public participation in the legislative process is of paramount importance as it ensures a truly representative and democratic governance system.
Ukuthatha inxaxheba koluntu kwinkqubo zokuqulunqwa komthetho sibaluleke kakhulu kuba kubonakalisa ubunyaniso bokuthi kwimithetho equlunqwayo imfuno zoluntu zithathelwe ingqalelo kwaye uluntu lube negalelo ngokwelawulo lwentando yesininzi.
Involving the public in the craft of laws fosters transparency, accountability, and inclusivity within decision-making framework.
Die insluiting van die publiek by die maak van die wette skep deursigtigheid, verantwoordbaarheid en inklusiwiteit binne die besluitmakingsraamwerk.
By seeking the input of citizens, Parliament can gain diverse perspectives, valuable insight, and a better understanding of the varied needs and concerns of the population.
Ngokuthi iParliament inike uluntu inxaxheba okanye lithatha inxaxheba kwiinkqubo zayo, loo nto yenza ukuthi ikwazi ukufumana igalelo elivela eluntwini kwindlela ezahlukahlukeneyo uluntu olubona ngazo, kwakunye nenkqubo ebalulekileyo abantu neemfuno zabo ezahlukahlukeneyo, nokubaluleka kwako konke ukuyinxaxheba okumele uba inkundla iParliament iyakuqwalasela ngokwendlela uluntu olubona ngayo noluva ngayo.
This engagement not only entrenches the quality of legislation, but also reinforces the legitimacy of the democratic process, empowering individuals to contribute to the laws that govern them.
Die proses verbeter nie net die kwaliteit van die wetgewing nie, maar dit herbevestig die legitimiteit van die demokratiese proses, die bemagtiging van individue om by te dra tot die wette wat hulle daaglikse lewens regeer.
Ultimately, public participation serves as a cornerstone for a well-informed and responsive legislative system, promoting a sense of ownership, trust, and collective responsibility among citizens.
Ngokuphandle ke inkqubo yokuthatha inxaxheba koluntu kuqinisekisa ukuthi oko kusisiseko sikwisiseko inkqubo zomthetho ezisekelwe phezu kwazo, kukhuthaza ukuba izimvo zoluntu zixatyiswe, kwakhona kuqinisekise nokuthi iimfuno zoluntu nazo zithathelwe ingqalelo, nokuthi uluntu lufilishe ukuthi luyinxalenye yemithetho ethe yaqulunqwa kwilizwe esiphila kulo.
Maybe just to add on that, intelligence itself, most of us don't even know what it means, but that's where you get the information about. Intelligence covers every other thing, and so that the law enforcement agencies must know what's happening, where and what time, but we never see them in court or so. That's why they are called spooks.
Kanye mazwi ezobunhlola uninzi lethu asikwazi ubazi kanye uba umsebenzi wabo yinto na, bewenza nini, bewenza njani na. Asibaboni nasezinkundleni mhlambi apho kuthiwa bayonikezela ubungqina, singakwazi ukubabona nendlela abasebenza ngayo, into siziqhubayo bayinxalenye yayo, bayiqwalasele yonke imeko, kungoko abanye abantu bebathatha ngoba bazizibhorho kuba ababoni xa bewenza umsebenzi wabo.
But everyone, when things go wrong, they always say, where was intelligence?
Maar wanneer dinge verkeerd gaan, dan wil almal altyd sê, waar was die intelligensiedienste?
So we need to get ourselves into this law, participate, and give our input into what we think the intelligence services must do.
Koko ke xa sisonke fanele ke sibe yinxalenye kule nkqubo yalomthetho sihlomelo, sithatha inxaxheba, sitsho ukuthi thina sicinga ukuthi zintoni icandelo lezobuntlolo ekufanele ukuthi liyazongeza okanye liyazenza ngokomsebenzi walo.
And there's not going to be a situation whereby it's a question and answer. We are simply here to listen to what you think must be in this amendment law, and then we take it further from there. We are not going to answer any questions. We are simply coming here to listen to what you think must be in this law.
Ons gaan nie 'n vraag en antwoord sessie het nie. Ons gaan na u luister en na u insette.
maybe let's get to the procedure of making submissions today. All contributions are significant and hold value. However, to enhance the overall process, we kindly ask all participants to adhere to a specific protocol.
Masizame ukucacisa ukuthi ke sizawuqhuba njani le nkqubo yothatha kwenenxaxheba ke kule nkqubo. Umuntu ngamnye othe waphakamisa isandla wenza igalelo lakhe apha, igalelo ngalinye libalulekile. Akukho ntetho ichanekileyo nengachanekanga enawuthi nisiqhobise ngayo. Kodwa ke into esiyicelayo ke umuntu ngamnye azancede akhumbule ukuthi kwinhlanganiso nganye kunemigaqo nemithetho eyilawulayo. Masincede ke siyithobele ke lo migaqo sobe siyinikiwe.
If you wish to submit, please raise your hand.
Indien jy 'n voorlegging wil maak, steek asseblief jou hand op.
Raised hands will be acknowledged and assigned a unique number.
Abantu ke bafuna ukwezigalelo xa ethe umuntu waphakamisa isandla uyakulathwa nikwinombolo.
A maximum of 10 participants will be accommodated in each round to ensure smooth proceedings.
'n Maksimum van 10 persone sal in elke ronde geakkommodeer word om te verseker dat die proses vlot verloop.
Upon receiving your assigned number, please take a seat in the designed chairs according to numerical order. That is the ones that are in between.
Xa uthe ke wolathwa kwathiwa wena ngunombolo ntontoni uya kwisitulo salo nombolo njengoba sihleli pha zilishumi.
Each participant is allotted 3 minutes to present their submission in a language of their preference. Interpreters are available.
Elke deelnemer kry 3 minute om 'n voorlegging te maak en hulle kan dit in hulle taal van voorkeur doen. Daar is tolke beskikbaar.
Participants with written submissions are encouraged to submit them to the secretariat team, which is that table that we see.
Ukanti ke abo baneziphakamiso ezibhalwe phansi bangozinikezela pha kula tafile yonobhala pha kwela cala lingasekhohlo kum.
The Hoc Committee wishes to thank everyone present for taking the time to take part in this public participation process on GILAB 2023. Your input will contribute to a well-balanced and thoroughly consulted law that seeks to improve South Africa's intelligence services.
Die Hoc Committee wil elkeen bedank wat deelgeneem het in hierdie proses van die GILAB 2023 wet. U inset is belangrik en dit sal lei tot 'n goed gebalanseerde wet waar daar oorleg gepleeg was met die Suid-Afrikaners om die intelligensiediens van die land te verbeter.
I think now is time to take hands.
You
are number 1, the first seat. There's number 2 at the back. There's number 3 with a pen. Number 4 in a green shirt. Number 5 next to the number 6 up front. Yeah, you are number 5. Yeah. You are number 6 in that order. Any other heads? Number 7, according to any other hand?
Ingaba khona omnye ufuna uphakamisa isandla othatha inxaxheba?
How many do we have? Numbers. There's number 7 there, number 8 in a cap. We have got number. Do we have any other hand? Any other hand?
Ngaba bakhona abanye abafuna uphakamisa isandla bathatha inxaxheba kulomthetho kulomthetho osihlomelo?
Number 9, number 10. That is the first group. You will be number 1. Remind me in a black cap. You will be number 1 in the next round. Are we all settled?
Yeah. Ndimfutshane mandimde.
Okay.
Molweni zikokeli. NdiwakwaRhasmeni ke mna ke igama ngumzoxolo.
Good morning, honorable members. My name is Zokolo Khasmeni.
Ndilapha eGeorge kokuhlala. Into endiqondayo mandiyibuze apha kuni. Koqala ndisiva ngale bill ye intelligence. Now I question yam kuyo yonke lento ithi umuzo wami kuyo yonke lento. Kule intelligent ikhoyo apha eSouth Africa. Ngokucacileyo ugovernment walapha unayo intelligent ngokolhlobo nithetha ngalo nithi sizibhorho.
It is clear that we do have intelligence services in South Africa because in your introduction, Honorable Chair, you also said that they are referred to as spooks, and I have some concerns regarding this bill.
Ndiyangqilana nawe sizibhorho because sange sive uba baye inkundleni zamantyala bobeka ubungqina obucacileyo.
Indeed, I agree with you, Honorable Chair, when you say they are spooks because we have never seen them physically going to courts and so on.
I-concern yabo kuyo yonke lento izinto ziyanzeka ziyangena apha eSouth Africa ziphi intelligence alapha because kungena izinto oqonda banayo le bekumele ayingeni apha eSouth Africa according to intelligence zethu apha.
If we had intelligence doing their work, we could not experience a situation whereby there are some illegal activities that are coming from foreign countries in South Africa.
Umbuzo wami lo. Ke ndiqonde ke ndiyawucaciselwa emva koko.
That is my submission, Chair, and I would like to get a clarity as I ask a question, how come do we have some activities here that are done by foreign, other foreign nationals, whereas we do have intelligence services? That's my submission, Chair.
Can I just say, I clearly said that it's not a question and answer, and we would prefer recommendations.
Ndifuna utsho mhlakazi ndoba apha asizanga thina njengamalungu ukuzokuphendula imibuzo kodwa ke sifuna nina nisinike ingcebiso ngokuphathelene nalo mthetho sihlomelo wezobuntlalo.
Ngethethe evakalayo lo mthetho lizenawo ndiyawuxhasa.
Chair, in clear terms, I would like to say to you that I do support this amendment bill. I thank you.
Thank you very much.
Can I start? Good evening. Good morning, everyone. Can everyone hear me now? Okay. I'm Anwar Solomons. I'm speaking on behalf of my ward, Ward 9, from Oudtshoorn Local Municipality.
Ngu Anwar Solomons, ndithetha ke egameni Ward 9 phaya eTsorweni eOudtshoorn.
I'm here to deliver recommendations or suggestions to the bill regarding intelligence.
Copy.
Yeah. One recommendation that I have here is about where is it? Section 2, subsection B, number 3.
Isindululo kam ke endifuna ukuza naso sipha ku section 2 subsection B napha ku nakola candelwana u111.
Yeah. Inform the president of any such threats. The suggestion that I have is inform the president and the premiers of the threatened provinces.
Isindululo naso into ba kufuneka umongameli aziswe ngezenzo zobuntlola kwaye ke neenkulumbuso zamaphondo ngamaphondo nazo mazaziswe ngezenzo zobuntlola.
The reason being is that what if we have a similar situation back in 2021 where there's a national threat taking place but it's only happening in certain provinces?
Isizathu sokuba ke ngo2021 ngoJuly 2021 sibe neziganeko apho ke kubekho kungawulaleki kwendawo kumaphondo athile elilizwe.
If such threats arise and only in certain provinces, the premiers of those provinces can inform law enforcement, local law enforcement, about those threats that's taking place, and thus use or enact those local law enforcement to prevent or deter those threats.
Ukuba kukho izoyikiso zezenzo zolwaphulomthetho, iinkulumbuso mazazise iiagente zobuntlola bezo ndawo ukwenzela into yobana ke ezo agente zolwaphulomthetho zikwazi ke ukunqanda ezo zenzo zisebenzisa iinkonzo zobuntlola.
The following recommendation that I have is in section 7, subsection A.
Esinye isindululo endinaso sifumaneka phaa ku-section 7 subsection A walo mthetho sihlomelo.
Or rather the recruitment process of who comes to who gets accepted into the academy.
Kwaye ke neenkqubo zokuqashwa kwamagosa anokuthi asebenze kwezi nkonzo zobuntlola.
Because I see here in a memorandum we use British intelligence services and American intelligence services examples of how we're going to structure our intelligence services.
Ndiyabona ke apha kulo mthetho uyilwayo kuye kwanziwa umzekelo ngeenkonzo zobuntlola zangaphandle ezifana ke ne-FBI, CIA kwanye nezinye ke iinkonzo zobuntlola zamazwe afana no-Egypt njalo njalo.
However, in those two countries, they have two different ways of recruiting agents for intelligence services.
Lo mazwe ke wona anendlela zawo ezahlukileyo athi azisebenzise zokuthi ke baqasha abantu ukuze basebenze kwezi nkonzo zobuntlola.
From the best of my understanding, in the United Kingdom, they recruit possible agents at school level, at high school level, while in the United States, they recruit possible agents at university and college level.
Phaya ke e-UK baye bathi ke baqasha aba bantu bebathatha ezikolweni nakwamanye amaziko kwemfundo esakhasayo. Kodwa xa sithelekisa phaya eAmerica abantu ke baqashwa besephaa kwiidyunivesithi beqashelwa ukuze basebenzele ilizwe labo kwiinkonzo zobuntlola.
Therefore, my recommendation when it comes to academy to accept recruits for the academy, we should treat the academy more as a graduate school, where the academy or the intelligence services recruit possible agents at the university or college level.
Mna ndinesindulo esithi ke abagosa makaqashwe phaa esephaa kwi-academy izithathe ngokuba ziidyunivesithi ezi-academy ezinothi ke ziqasha abantu basebenze kwiinkonzo zobuntlola besizwe.
So that when those intelligence officers do work in the outside...
Sorry, did you say it right?
What?
Yeah.
Can you repeat?
Can you repeat the last recommendation?
Oh, the last recommendation was, what was it? About recruiting possible agents from the universities and colleges.
Inqaku ke elokugqibela kukuthi kukuba sibatsale sibathathe lamagosa esephaa kwiidyunivesithi nakwii-colleges.
Yeah, so that when the agent or the person becomes an informant or the agents for the intelligence agencies, they have like a credible, not just a credible qualification, but a credible cover for their work, so that they won't be suspected of being agents, but they can also like do these professional works because they have the professional qualifications.
Ukwenzela uba ke basebenze benamanqanaba ezemfundo asesikweni xa bathi ke babe zezi ntlola zamazwe ngaphandle.
But yeah, on behalf of my community, I come and supported this bill and with the following recommendations that I've made.
Egameni ke loluntu laseTshorweni lala wadi yam ndiza ke ndizoxhasa lo mthetho sihlomelo uyilwayo ndize nezi zindululo ndizikhankanye apha ngasentla. Enkosi.
Thank you very much.
Goeiemôre voorsitter. My naam is David Reuters en ek is 'n wijkkomitee lid vir die laaste 20 jaar in die Oudtshoorn munisipaliteit en ek is ook tans vir die laaste 3 jaar die voorsitter van Cape Nature's Protected Areas Board, die Swartberg Heritage Site. Nou, voorsitter, ek is baie bly om hier te wees, want die intelligensiediens is 'n baie belangrike faset in ons samelewing. As ek eerstens wil praat oor my verbintenis met die Oudtshoorn munisipaliteit. In die 80er jare was ek self 'n teken van die veiligheidspolisie. So ek weet wat dit beteken om daai werk te doen. Op hierdie stadium,
Sorry, is there no interpretation?
He allowed him to do everything and then he will interpret after.
Okay. Okay.
so voorsitter, ek glo dat is baie belangrik en noodsaaklik dat wijkkomitees moet gekonnekteer word aan die intelligentiedienste. Want u moet verstaan, die munisipaliteite rol projekte en programme uit. En baie dikwels, ons almal weet, dat daar soveel korrupsie in die projekte en programme plaasvind. En is baie moeilik vir ons munisipaliteite om die skuldiges te vind. En hoe meer die wijkkomitees betrokke raak om informasie te gee vir die intelligentiediens, want u moet verstaan, die munisipaliteite is nie so gelukkig oor wijkkomitees se werkswyse nie. Hulle gee voor dat wijkkomitees is gekant teen hoe munisipaliteite projekte of programme uitdeel. Maar dit is eintlik die rede hoekom die wijkkomitee daar is om die raadse te help. En as die wijkkomitee weet van onderduimshede, dan moet die goed aangespreek word, maar die munisipaliteite maak die wijkkomitee se mond toe, want hulle wil nie hê die waarheid moet uitkom nie. En daarom is ek baie bly dat ons nou die deur vir ons oopgemaak word om met die veiligheidsdienste, die intelligentiemense betrokke te kry by ons vergaderings, dat hulle kan hoor wat is ons klagte, waaroor is ons ongelukkig en wat die munisipaliteit nie van hou nie. Maar my ander rol by Cape Nature, jy moet verstaan dat ek is die voorsitter van 'n komitee wat besluite maak oor beskermde spesies. Nou, die spesies word gesteel uit ons areas uit en deur die havens of deur die lughavens word dit na die buiteland toe. En dit is baie fyn beplande operasies die. En dit is, Cape Nature het nie altyd die span mense wat die goed kan nasweer. So as die intelligentiediens ons daarmee kan help, sal ek baie bly wees. So ek ondersteun 100% die wysiging. Thank you.
Thank you very much.
Good day, Chairperson. My name is David Reiters. I'm a ward councillor for quite a number of years in the Oudtshoorn region, but I also work at Cape Nature in the Swartberg Heritage Site. I'm glad to be here and to speak about intelligence services because I think it's important. When I worked in Oudtshoorn around the 80s, I was also a target of the police, so I know what intelligence services are about and what they should do. What I think is important here is that you link ward committees to intelligence services, because in this way, when there are programs and work that must be done via the municipalities, many times there are corruption. Corruption takes place, so this would then give an added resource to be able to weed out where these corrupt activities take place and then see to it. Because it is difficult for municipalities to ascertain when this corruption takes place. So intelligence services will definitely be of assistance there. It also seems that the municipalities are not very happy with the work that ward committees and ward councillors do. because it seems as though we are working against them, and that is what they feel. When we look at these projects, it's always important that ward committees also have a say in this. Again, this comes to weeding out of corruption and the assistance, because it seems as when this corruption takes place in municipalities, it is difficult to find out who exactly benefits from the corruption and how this corruption is done. So it would definitely assist us if the intelligence services are also linked to ward committees. Then I have another role in Cape Nature. Part of my work in Cape Nature is that there are certain species that are protected that we've got to look after. Now, many of them are stolen and they get taken out through the ports of our country. And here, once again, if we link to intelligence services, then they will be able to assist us so that we can track down where these things take place and stop them. I also want to say that I do support this proposed legislation. I thank you.
Thank you very much.
Good morning. My name is Wahida Sheikh. I live in Ward 19 in George. And I'm here on behalf of Al Jamaa, and I submit on behalf of Al Jamaa Party. My submission is on the clause of torture, which is in the bill. I am sure that many of us in the hall can remember the heartbreaking stories of anti-apartheid activists who endured torture while in detention during apartheid. We remember that there were about 67 detainees who died while in detention due to torture. In 1983, the Human Rights Movement Detainees Parents Committee reported on increased cases of released detainees who sought help after suffering torture at the hands of security police. We also remember that the state of emergency in 1987, there were 4,224 people who were in detention, of whom 1,424 were 18 years and younger. In fact, the youngest detainee was 10 years old. During the history of detention without trial, between 7,000 and 10,000 women were in prison, and many of these women were not exempt from being tortured. I bring this up today because when we look at our political climate, it's hard to believe that should there be a change in regime, the political opponents will not be spared from being tortured. In a post-apartheid South Africa, torture of prisoners continued, although at a reduced rate. The method of torture were conveniently termed as assault. In 2011, a popular radio station exposed the torture of an awaiting trial prisoner held at Pretoria Central Prison. There are other allegations of torture as well. We cannot allow the old apartheid torture methods to remain relevant in our constitution. This document was fought for by resistance fighters who sacrificed their lives, wealth, livelihoods, and families so that we can enjoy a free South Africa. We support the bill, but we reject the clause on torture. Thank you.
Thank you very much.
Goedemorgen, voorzitter, en leden van die committee. Mijn naam is Chief Barry Jacobs. Ik is van die Gaurikwaais, Khoisan, Grootbrakkeweer. Nou, dat is die eerste keer in mijn leven wat ik moet die intelligentiediensten nou hoor van. Ik meen wat ons nou betrokken is, die publiek. Ik zie dit mos gewoonlijk in rolprenten. 007, James Bond. Sien ek. Nou, ons organisasie ondersteun die wysigingswet nou. Nee, wat hulle nou mee besig is. Maar ek hoop nie dat dit gaan wees soos die ou apartheid strukture nie. Want daardie tyd was ek ook 'n aktivis gewees en ons het ook baie ontberings deurgegaan. Daarom ek hoop die wet gaan daarop toegepas wees. Die eerste ding wat ek kyk is na die opleidingsakademie, Sanai. Ek ondersteun die vorige spreker wat gesê het dat dit moet op jeugvlak moet dit toegepas word. Ons weet mos dat by elke dorp is daar mos nou 'n raad, die plaaslike raad. Nou by skole het hulle mos die soortgelyke jeugraad, miskien burgemeester en onderburgemeester. Ons wil hê dat dit ook hier moet toegepas word. Ons weet dat in die vorige, voor 1994, was daar net 'n een bevolkingsgroep gewees. Daarom wil ons sê dat die akademie, hy moet probeer om al die bevolkingsgroepe in te stel of deel te maak. Ons versoek ook dat miskien van onze dorpe of van onze streke, dat daar mensen sal of jeug sal ingevat word, wat ons net nie hoor, dit is iets wat daarbo hang, en dan hoor ons net van die manne wat, hoe sê hulle, wat die inligting vir die polisie moet gee nie, die impimpies, wat ons gebrandmerk word en so nie. Nee? Daarom vra ons dat daar van alle bevolkingsgroepen self die eerste inheemse nasie mense ook deel sal maak van die opleidingscentrum. Dan my probleem is veral by die staatsinstellings. Nee? As ek 'n voorbeeld maak van die GPS, maak 'n voorbeeld van die buurtwag wat hier is en so, nee. As jy wat die buurtwag is, of jy van die publiek, as jy kom met inligting. Jy bly in 'n gemeenskap. Nee, jy bly in 'n gemeenskap. Jou lewe is nie veilig nie. Nee? Want dieselfde mense vir wie jy die inligting gee, hulle gaan uitsê, dan sê hulle, Perry Jacobs het so gesê. Nee? Het wil sê, die persoon, ons weet wat gebeur het, die persoon kan geneklis word of wat ook al, maar jou lewe is nie veilig nie. Ons wil vra dat dit binne die bil moet ingebou word. Die beskerming van die publiek wat 'n inligting oordra, miskien vir die polisie of wat ook al. Dan vra ons ook dat binne die instellings, die instelling moet ook gemonitor word. Daar moet eintlik twee soorte wees, kyk in die publiek, en nie instellings. Want ons weet, baie keer is dit die mense in die politiedienste, nee, wat eintlik die mense is, hulle moet gemonitor word. Wie is die mense wat die inligting so oordra vir die kriminele, die elemente en so, nee. En dan het ek nog agtergekom, kyk, baie mense soek mos 'n tweede werk, man. Hy wil 'n tweede werk hê. Kyk, daar is niks verkeerd daarmee nie. Maar jou werk moet in konflik kom nie. As jou werk, as jy in die politiedienste is, en jy het 'n firma van sekuriteit, dan gaan daar konflik. Daar gaan 'n omkoop geld gaan wees en so. Daarom die intelligensiedienste moet fokus binne die regeringsdepartement ook en so. Dan my bekommernis is by die munisipaliteite of self die distriksmunisipaliteite. Dit gaat rondom 'n inligting. As jy vir hulle enige inligting vra, dan kom hulle mos nou met die wetgewing, die poppiewet. Hulle mag nie 'n inligting beskikbaar stel nie. So gaat die ontwikkelings gaat voort, veral in die Suid-Kaap. Vra jy vir hulle inligting, hulle mag nie die inligting gee nie. Hulle is nou amper soos 'n secret service, is hulle nou. Het wil sê baie onderdeinse goed kan gebeur, of ontwikkelings word goedgekeur. Maar ons kan kyk in die George Herald, ons kan kyk in die Mosselbaai, van ontwikkelings wat goedgekeur word, sonder publieke deelname. Nee? En dan weet ek nie, hoe gaat ons maak met die selfone nie. Want as jou foon oopmaak, dan is dit die trading platforms, die mense by jou inligting kry, ek weet nie, maar hulle moet ook daarop vir ons fokus. Dan sien ek ten laaste, hulle sê dat die wetontwerp gaan nie na die tradisionele, die huis van nasionale tradisionele leiers, né? En dit is nogal 'n bietjie kommerwekkend. Want dat sê dit raak nie die gewoonte reg. Nou ek het gehoor jy praat manne van kyk nature, né? Heidiglik, as ons praat van die gewoonte reg, het ons mos 'n gewoonte gehad om miskien nou oesters te gaan maak by see, of te gaan visvang. Maar nou, jy mag dit nie doen nie, want jy het 'n gewoonte gehad en so. Nou kom hulle met die wetgewing en die wetgewing en die wetgewing, hulle misbruik hom eindig en so. Ek kan 'n voorbeeld maak. Mense wat vir jare 'n oesters steek of maak, wanneer hulle op die rotse gaan. Sodra hulle op die rotse gaan, dan bel mense vir die polisie. Hulle bring groot huise by sy, hulle kyk en hulle kom, hulle vat die mense so oesters af en so. Daarom sê ek dat die wet moet voorsiening maak vir die gewoontereg en dan die gebruikreg van die tradisionele leierskap. Baie dankie. Maar ons ondersteun die wetgewing. Baie dankie.
Thank you very much.
My name is Barry Jacobs. I'm a chief of the Chorika tribe in the Grootbrak area. I want to say good morning to the chairperson and the members here. And I must also say that this is the first time that I've heard of public involvement in intelligence laws. Normally, I only hear and see about this in films. Our organization supports this bill. But also, we hope that it won't be like the old apartheid structures. I was an activist back then, and of course, I know what this can develop into. I also want to say that this college or this training institution that they will have to train the agents, Sonheim, where they have graduates, that they also include the youth in here. And then also, you have youth structures in each and every municipality. So you have youth councils and you have these councils at schools too. I hope that this recruitment measures will also include these institutions. The other thing is, before 1994, basically in South Africa, you only looked at one population group. When it comes to this bill here and the proposed law, I hope this will include all population groups in South Africa. And that not only certain big areas are chosen, but that we look at all towns and regions when it comes to recruitment. And here I also want to ask that the first indigenous nation also be recruited to these training centers. Now, I have a bit of a problem with state institutions, like you look at the CPFs and so forth. Because if you serve on these structures, your life is not safe in the community. Because if you provide information to police services, this information that you provide, somebody else would come and give you a name to those who are concerned, and then your life is in danger. So I want included in this bill that there will be protection for the public who actually come and provide information to police services. Somewhere in there you have to put in some protection. We also want, if you look at the protection of the public, we also want that an eye be kept, like for instance in the police services where they do that work, that they also be monitored, so that if anyone there provides information to those outside, that would put the lives of the people who give information in danger, that they will be tracked down. Now, when it comes to institutions, state institutions, what I want to say here is that I suppose anybody can do extra work outside your formal work. But I want to say that what we should look at is that this should not be in conflict. For example, if you're a policeman, then you can't have a security agency that you open up that they'll do work there, because then it would be in conflict with your formal job. The intelligence services must definitely focus inside state institutions. Then, we just hope that this bill or this proposed legislation won't be abused, because if we look at municipalities now and you ask for information about certain projects, then they tell you they can't give you the information because of the POPI Act. And then we find, and I speak here about in the Southern Cape, this is used against us, because now you see there's some project busy going on up somewhere and you have absolutely no information about it. And sometimes it works against you. So we would definitely want something like this seen to. We also speak about cell phone safety. Written in the bill, it says that this won't be sent to traditional leaders. And if that happens, it means that it is not going to include the common law. If we look, for example, the indigenous people where common law, where they live close to the sea, so where they harvest oysters and that as part of what they do, then you find that people report them. But this should actually fall under common law when the common law should be included here. I must then say that I feel that this bill must also speak to the common law and common uses in certain areas by indigenous people. I support this bill. Thank you.
Thank you very much.
Good morning, Chair. Good morning to the panel, and good morning to the floor. My name is Liban Yassin, Lester Jansen, for those who remember me from past years. I stay in Ward 6, George, and is a representative of Al Jamaa political party. We as Al Jamaa political party as an organization support the bill, but we request that the National Intelligence Agency give more power to the Inspector General as the same as the Public Protector. And we also request that finally when the bill is implemented, that the laws should not be anti-South African, but with more eyes on foreign agencies. We believe that the National Intelligence Agency or the National Intelligence Services is a vast and broad spectrum of works. Thus, we request that the intelligence services should include more divisions like the intelligence of national security, which includes your army and police services, intelligence on commerce and industry, intelligence on digital services, and very important, intelligence on NGOs, non-profit companies, and aid organizations that pretend to be aid organizations, but is in actual fact spy agencies for foreign intelligence services like the CIA, the FBI, Mossad, and the Israel Secret Intelligence Services. we agree with the previous speaker on recruitment and training in Sanai. And we also say that provision must be made for learners that leave school and recruitment from colleges and universities, but also cognizance must be given to the recognition of prior learning. We say that because there is no other person that can have more insight on intelligence on South African affairs like your previous comrades in the apartheid era. Lastly, we would also like to say that you should look in the provisions of torture and that be scrapped. And then our last point that we want to make is that the intelligence services must also give a mandate to COCTA, as we know and see that other bills will also be tabled with regard to indigenous leaders and traditional leaders, and hence some of these leaders who just spring up to be leaders, and is in actual fact working with foreign intelligence spy agencies. Thank you.
Thank you very much.
Okokuqala mandibulise kusihlalo nekomiti yakhe.
First and foremost, I must take this greeting to the chairperson and the committee.
Ndibulise kumalungu eParlamente alapha. Ndibulise kumntu wonke olapha ngaphakathi.
And also greetings to fellow South Africans and all protocol observed.
Igama lami nguSimphiwe, isename yami nguSkap. Ndisuka kwi-CPF yaseThemba Lethu.
My name is Simphiwe Skaf, coming from the CPF of Themba Lethu area.
Ndikwayiyo i-REC member yakaSANCO.
I'm also an REC member of SANCO.
Okokuqala thina sile mibutho siyayamkela le bill.
We as this organization support the bill.
Sibulela now finally ide yeza ebantwini.
And we appreciate the fact that it has come to us to deliberate on it.
Lixesha elide ingabonakali okanye kungavakali ngale helicandelo lezenhlola.
Indeed, many times we didn't hear anything about intelligence services.
Siyayibulela ke into kuba ide namhlanje nathi sibe nelizwi esilibhekisayo.
We are here that we are given this opportunity to give our views about the intelligence services.
Maniqale ndamkele nale indawo ye college ivulwayo.
I also appreciate that there will be this college that will be open to specifically look at the issue of intelligence.
Sicele ke i-members ka-CPF ezika neighborhood watch ulutsha olungaphangeliyo oluhleli ezilokishini ne-members kaSANCO ndithetha ngabantu ke njengoba ndibabiza aba bantu ngabantu abasebenza egroundini ababonayo ubungozi abayibonayo into nxa iza kwenzeka before ispolisa nabanye ezinye departments ze-security ziyazi.
Chair, I would like to say that we must involve the people on the ground, like SANCO youths who are unemployed, and neighborhood watch and so on, because they have an opportunity to foresee dangers before they occur.
Umzekelo apha Western Cape sinabantu aba untouchable abawuthi nxa une flats okay flats kulomhlaba wakho kuzofuna imali ye-security fee ungayazi ba uyibhatala kubani ngoba uyarenta kumasipala uyaphinda uzobhatala i-security fee kubantu ongabazi nobazi bangobani kodwa amapolisa akhona ayabazi aba bantu abababambi.
We have got this common trend whereby we have got the untouchables, gang members of community who demand security fee, whereas you don't even know them because you build your own property or your own accommodation with your own money, but now they demand money for security fee from you.
Khona imfazo phakathi kwabo kunye nonoteksi because bebeyifuna even nakonoteksi.
There was a tug of war between the taxi owners and these people who are demanding a protection fee, because even they demanded even the taxi industry or the taxi men to pay them protection fees.
So siyacela ke ezi sectors zilandelayo zi-involve nxa kuthi senzwa i-recruitment ekuyotrainwa kuyo abantu abokusebenzela intelligence.
If we want to train and recruit people to work as intelligence officers, these following groupings, CPFs, youth, members of SANCO, must be part and parcel of these trainings.
Enkosi siyayamkela ibill thina.
We support the bill. I thank you.
Thank you very much.
Manthathe lithuba ke ndibulise kuqala kusihlalo wekomiti. Ndibulise nesigqeba sakhe. Ukanti ke ndibulise onke amalungu weparlamente akhoyo apha. Kanti ke ndingayilibalanga nemedia ekhoyo apha namhlanje. Nabo bonke ke abahlali esinabo apha namhlanje. Abo CPF, o Neighborhood Watch, neminye ke imibutho.
Let me take this opportunity, Chair, to greet the committee and also to greet the members of the media and other chairpersons of other organizations like SANCO and so on, and to fellow South Africans to say all protocol observed.
Elam ke igama Guilford Mbuyiseli Sihoia.
My name is Guilford Mbuyiseli Sihoia.
And lilungu le-CPF yalapha eThemba Lethu.
I am a member of Themba Lethu CPF.
Ngelinye ixesha ke kulilishwa ukuphakama sibe banintsi abantu abathethe phambi kwakho.
Indeed, Chair, it's very hard sometimes to come and talk, whereas other people have also echoed same sentiments.
Exactly. Lento ethethwa ngutolika uba ezinye zezinto ubufuna ukuzithetha ufumana suba sezithethwe ngaba bantu ezitya abahlali ezitya thina abantu abakwi-CPF nakwi-Neighborhood Watches.
Indeed, the interpreter put it correctly that some of the issues have been put here, and those matters are affecting us as people from neighborhood and from CPFs. They are affecting our daily lives.
Kukho ke eziziphakamiso zithi ibill siyayamkela. Mna ke mhlawumbi ndizawuza ne-different view.
Indeed, there are recommendations that have been put here to say we support the bill, but in my capacity, I'll bring a different view.
Okokuqala ibill le siyifumane kade.
First and foremost, we received the bill at a later stage.
Ngoku khange sibe nalo ithuba kakuhle lokuthi sifunde.
Now, we didn't have enough time to read through the bill.
Lonto ke ithi asikwazi kakuhle ukusuke sithi siyayamkela.
That means, Honorable Chair, that we cannot say boldly that we accept and support the bill.
Ndivile ke kuthiwe phaya kukho itafile esingasakuyo i-recommendation phaya emva phaya.
On my right-hand side, we have heard that we have got some parliamentary officials whereby we can bring our written submissions.
Ngoku ke umbuzo uthi kwabo abeze bengenazo ezi recommendation ezibhaliweyo bazawuzisa njani phaya kulaa tafile ngoku.
Now, my greatest concern is that those who don't have written submissions, how will they be able now to submit from that table?
Kungoko ke ndicinga ezi written submissions kufuneka sinikwe ithuba lokuba sizisubmite noba iveki apho sizayifunda kakuhle la bill sibone ke ngozeziphi izinto esicinga bazinokutshintshwa kule bill.
That is why I have advocated for the fact that let us give enough time, like a week, to peruse or go through the bill, so that when we come here and then we can give the table written submissions that are informed.
Kukho ke laa nto kuthiwa ngabula makhumsha ke ukuthiwa yi-provisional adoption. Maybe singayibeka ngolo hlobo singathi siyayamkela.
Maybe, Honorable Chair, we can say that we provisionally accept the bill, but we don't accept it wholeheartedly.
Thank you.
I thank you.
Thank you very much. Can I just say that there were adverts, there was an extension in relation to that until the 15th of February.
Ndifuna ukuchaza into yoba ke ziye zakhona ezaziso eziye zenziwa kwathiwa iziphakamiso ke zizokwenziwa kude kubethe umhla we-15 kaFebruary.
Meaning that there's still a chance to submit the inputs that might be there. And before we leave, the staff at the table will, maybe one or two of them can have the contact numbers so that if there are any submissions, the closing date will be on the 15th, meaning that you still have the 10 days for submitting.
Ukhona umnyenyevu ke nethuba elinikwe loba kude kubethe um-15 kaFebruary lokuba nibhale iziphakamiso phaya konobhala. Kwaye ke into ezokwenziwa phambi kokuba sihambe thina bazokundishiyela iinkcukacha zabo ukwenza mhlawumbe nikwazi ukubabhalela niba-email njalo njalo. Kodwa ke into ebalulekileyo into yoba ngoku sineentsuku ezili-10 kude kubethe umhla we-15 kaFebruary apho sothi ke sibanike iziphakamiso zethu.
Thank you very much.
Okay. Igama lami nguDesmond Theto. Ndihlala eThembalethu.
My name is Desmond Theto from Thembalethu Township.
Kwingingqi ekuthiwa kuseMdongwe.
They under the area of
Yeah, ndililungu le-neighborhood watch phaya eThembalethu eMdongwe.
I belong to a neighborhood watch there in Mdongwe under Thembalethu.
Ndiyabulisa ke kumalungu eParliament nendlu yonke iphela.
Indeed, I greet the committee and fellow South Africans who are here at large.
Ya izithethe ezilapha ngaphambili endicinga uba inoba zibini ziwathethile amazwi endizawathetha apha kodwa kuba sendimi kule ndawo nam kuyanyanzeleka into yokuba nam ndibethe istampu.
Indeed, Honorable Chair, some of the participants here have echoed one or two views that I support, but because I've been given this platform, I will also air my contribution.
Lo mthetho kuthethwa ngawapha namhlanje mina bendisoloko ndisiva ngawo kwi-radio nakwi-TV.
Indeed, Honorable Chair, I've heard about this regarding this bill from televisions and from radio stations.
Ndiyabulela ke ngoku ukuba ndithethe nabantu bemi phambi kwam.
I am grateful for this opportunity so that I can participate fully.
Ya esinye ke sezicelo endisifuna ukusisondeza kukuba ngaske ke ngoku ingapheleli apha namhlanje lento ithethwayo apha kodwa umnqweno ngowokuba njengokuba ndilapha ngaske iyofikelela nalapho ndihlala khona ndilala khona nalapho le neighborhood watch ndiyisebenzela khona.
My greatest wish is that this bill cannot end up here whereby we deliberate here, but we must also deliberate this bill where I stay and also be presented to my neighborhood watch.
Yaye ndicinga ukuba kwawona umsebenzi weParlamente ungalula kakhulu xa inothi iqinisekise into yokuba yonke lento ithethwa apha iyafikelela ekuhlaleni kuba ekuhlaleni abantu ungathi abafuna uthatha nxaxheba kodwa ingxaki abanalwazi lupheleleyo.
I would be grateful if this information can be presented to the people on the ground in our communities, because what is affecting our people is that they don't have proper knowledge or access to information.
Umzekelo eminyakeni ndimdala kakhulu ndine-67 years ngoku kodwa ndililungu le-neighborhood watch. Phapho ndihlala khona bekumele bakho nto ndiyenzayo kodwa ngobona into yokuba ulutsha alifuna uthatha nxaxheba luninzi ulutsha olileleyo phaa ekuhlaleni abafuna uthatha nxaxheba kuba kusemfiliba kubo akho nto bayiqondayo.
I am 67 years old. I was supposed to be staying at home, relaxing, but because our youth don't have any information, that is why now people at our age are supposed to take initiatives like this, because for them, they don't know anything, they're just idling around.
Umzekelo ke noloyiko lwam le ngcaciso iphuma apha ingasuke mhlawumbi iphelele phaya kula level kamasipala ithethwe nje ngemilebe kodwa isenzo singabikho apho thina sihlala khona.
My other concern is that the information that is being spoken here will end up in municipal desks or in municipalities and not end up being sent to the communities at large who are affected on daily basis.
Njengokuba sivolunteer nje kuba thina siye volunteer kuba sithanda ukuhlala kwindawo esihlala kuzo asibhatalwa asifuni khange sithi futhi asifuni imali kodwa singamathanda wendawo esihlala kuzo siyayicela ke ngoku lonto leyo okokuba niqiniseke nina abalapha malungu eParliament ukuba niyaqinisekisa into yokuba eza komiti zincinci nazo phaa ekuhlaleni ziyakwazi ukuba ulwazi olufuna ukusondeza kuni luzofika kuni niqinisekise into yoba ulwazi olusuka ezantsi luyafikelela kuni phaa eParliament.
We want to ensure that because we care about our communities. And as I said before, that the people on the ground are the most affected. So we people on the ground, we want to ensure that our needs and things that are affecting us are able to reach Parliament at large.
Okugqibela ke nokhuseleko ke phaya ekuhlaleni bakhona baninzi abantu abazibona izinto ezingalunganga kodwa ngoloyiko ke ngoku ukuba xa bethe baxela izinto bazawuzibona sebesebungozini umzekelo nezinto eziripotwe emapoliseni kodwa ufumaniseke into yoba le nto ubuyiripote kumapolisa ucinga uba bathembekile kodwa ufumanise uba igama lakho liyaziwa ukuba nguwe lo uxela ezinto.
People are afraid to come up to do whistleblowing in the communities because they are afraid of their safety, and even the police, they are afraid actually to even bring those concerns to the police people, because now if they say those things, they will be at risk and their details or their name and same names will be known.
Enkosi.
I thank you.
Thank you very much.
Dakhulwa nguwe. Oh apha kule ndawo. Sibulise amadoda amakhulu. Nhloko.
Let me take this opportunity to greet the committee and to say all protocol observed.
Igama lami ngokali ndingwakwa Gomzi ndihlala eThemba lethu Ward 21 kwindawo ekuthiwa kuseRamaphosa.
I stay in Ramaphosa in informal settlements in Ward 21 in Themba lethu. My name being Kubi.
Komzi.
Komzi, Kubi Komzi.
Ay, Kali.
Kali Komzi.
Kali.
Kali Komzi.
Andifuna ukubela igama lami lijikwe Kali Komzi.
My name is Kali Komzi.
Koze but tata usihoyiya bundigila amazwi akhe kodwa ke sendiyindoda nami ndimile.
Mr. Hoia actually alluded some facts, but now I also want to err on my own.
Nje okokuqala nje mandiqale kulento uba nitheka ningena pha emnyango nabonakala nakulo muntu kuthiwa nguthathatha igama lakhe.
I want to say that when you were entering the premises, you were visible to anybody.
Niyabonakala nitya kamandi, niyabonakala nihlala kamandi.
Yeah, everybody can see that yes, you are living nicely.
Kukho le ndawo ke Dibenzane College. Kukho lamaxhego niwabonayo apha kawula abadala bantwenyile akukho nethemba lokubana njengoba nihleli phansi nje baba inoba bethu kama no uye collegeini bangaba sayela ntoni sebengaka ona 67.
You will see here, Honorable Chair, we have for people who are at the age of 67. Now you don't see, there is no something foreseeable in the future that they can go and attend these colleges because of the age and so on.
kwezi nkqubo zophatha ilizwe njengoba nizena le bhili ngoku apha ninayo indawana esitinji.
I can see that there is some stinginess when you came here to introduce this.
Nizayibona ngoku akho nomnye ukwapha kunjengoba ningaka nebona kwamadoda angaka makhulu akukho nomnye ozawushiya noma i-10 rand silamba sinje.
You can see, Honorable, said that we are so poor and not even anyone will say, okay, fine, I'm giving you this money.
Kumandi uza nezinto kuni ngoba niza nazo nyani ngamaphepha.
Indeed, you come up with these things written on paper.
Ijonga ke tata ingathi kum kwale 15 uyibekayo apha ingathi ifishane ngoba ndiseza uyendlini mna bechilusiso belabe bendinika iphepha uthi niseza uyendlini ndiyolifundisa umntanami ngoba mna iapartheid yandichaphazela.
There is a lady who came here to say that she was affected by apartheid. Now, if you say that you have extended the date to the 15th, I think it's too short.
Kaloku ngoba kukho indawo pha umntana angazukwazi unditolikela zona ngowezifuna wena ngoba ndaziqaliswe ku-150 ya kodwa ke zikhona indawo zizawufuna umntana angazazi tu ezifana nezoba njengoba ndike ndiye nasekhoti nje apha kuneighborhood washi ndiyabanjwa ndiye nasekhoti kukho imibuzo endiyibuzayo athi umantyi kum ngoba lo mbuzo ngoweqwetha.
Now there will be some information that maybe my child cannot be able to interpret for me. Because sometimes I will have to go to the court and then the magistrate will say, no, you need to be represented by a lawyer.
Siyafuneka apha kwelizwe xa nithethe amadoda amahle nonke umthetho iparliament usukela kupresident ukuza njengoba nanizile siyathetha kodwa siyayilibala indawo uba inobungozi lento kuthiwa intelligence.
We do hear that we must be involved from the president, and to you are saying we must be involved in making these laws. But I want to warn you that the intelligence sector has got some danger on it.
Ijonga apha kuqala. La madoda onke apha ugatyeni ukhona phansi, ukhona ulisa apha phansi noRhasmeni bakhona apha phansi, bapha ku-Ward 10 no-Ward 21. Izindlu zabo ziphethe zingathi yi-police station ngoku.
You can see that there are men here, Gatyeni and the other men, and when you see them, they are doing the work that is supposed to be done by the police.
Uphinde uyiphethule ke ngoxa ingabo okanye mna ndisengxakini njengoba ndikunye nabo. Aba bantu bamanga lapha bangakwazi njani undinceda ngoba kubethwe inkunzi. Xa kubethwa inkunzi amathole angayinceda njani inkunzi?
And now if you hit the people on top, how are the people on the ground be able to get support?
Ikhona ingxaki bantakwethu.
We do have a problem.
Yeah. Uneighborhood watch udinga kanti mjonga mna ukuba khusele iphumle ntwana.
We must also support organizations like Neighborhood Watch.
Njengoba babona ngababa akho nto banayo uphuma kwabo babheke ezindlini abanakutya abanamali nabo bayalamba ngaba.
You can see them, they don't have any support, they don't have food, they don't have any other support. When they go out of here, they will go and live under poverty.
Nimxelele madona naliyabzi ndithwele ndiphiwe ngunyanam andinayithenga ityepsi ye200
Even the cap that I'm wearing is a gift from my son. I cannot even afford 200 rands.
Siyasokola ezindlini abafazi basidelile ngoba bathi sihamba nje ihayi kule nto ngoba sizinanto.
We are suffering because our wives are yelling at us to say you go around but you don't come with any profit.
Endicinga kokugqibela kukubana nimxelele ba asinawuze sikwazi uyihamba ngenyawo iwadi yonke ubusuku bonke ngoba
or then when we come here we must tell the president that we cannot be able to go to each and every ward walking by foot.
Kukho imoto ezikhoyo komasipala zihleli le ndoda imkile ibihlela. Kukho imoto ezikhoyo komasipala zihleli, kukho imoto ezikhoyo napha ipolice station zihleli asincedwa nganix.
We've got municipalities, we've got cars that are not doing anything. Even in police stations, cars are just there. And we don't even get any support to do our work. Please ask the president, how can the neighborhood watch reach parliament? I end there, Chair.
Yeah, goes.
Thank you.
Thank you very much.
Ngosi kakhulu.
Can I then take the second round of hands?
So thatha umjikelo wezandla ezilandelayo.
There's The one that I missed, he was the last one with a black cap. He will be number 1. He was supposed to be number 11. Number 2, number 3, number 4, no, number 4, number 5, number 6, number 7, number 8, in that order, number 9, and number 10. You are number 10. Number 9 there. You are number 9. Yeah, you are number 9. She's number 10. You are number 9, yeah. She's number 10. Number 9, you have got your seat there. You are second last. You are number last. She's number 9 there. So we've got our last. Are we in the same order? I think number 1 must be, you were number 11. If you are fine with that, it wouldn't be a problem. So we've got our 10. No, it's fine. If he's not having a problem, you can. We've got our 10 there. Okay. Can we then, or do you want to get time to, do you want to get time, or can we continue?
Yeah, I want to continue.
No, I mean the interpreters. Are you fine?
Yeah, by the look of things, we are still fine.
Okay, then we can continue.
Mandibulise bahlonipheki igama lam ndinguMelikhaya Magobo.
A greeting to the committee. My name is Melikhaya Magobo.
Ndipha ezone 6 ka1 666 Tabata.
At zone 6 666 Tabata.
Ndingu-organizer ka-neighborhood.
I work as an organizer for Neighborhood Watch.
Sector 2. Sector 2.
Sector 2.
Bahlonipheki. Njengoba ke nize ngakuthi ngaphambili. Nizosichazela kwenzeka ntoni. Ngephi indlela esinothi thina sinixhase kulomcimbi nize ngawo. Thina ke singabantu baka neighborhood. Into yokuqala zininzi izinto esinokwazi uninceda ngazo.
You have come here to present the bill and how the bill will work. As Neighborhood Watch, there are many suggestions that we can give the committee.
Xa ngabana nithatha abantu bomthetho amapolisa sanwanika wodwa ahambe. Abona abantu bane information sithi thina bangabhekiyo.
If you give police power to go to communities, please consider us because we have credible information. People, they get bribed. So you must consider us as the unemployed because we know what's happening.
Ngoba kaloku thina sihamba nomthetho ngqo ngoba kaloku asifuni ukufakwa imali emacaleni sihamba straight. Sawucela ke ngoku into eniyenzile singashiyeki emapoliseni xa behamba door to door ezishop.
Now we are pleading with you as the committee not to let the people go, the police people to go door to door, because we as neighborhood, we follow the law to the tilt. So don't allow police to go door to door to evict these undocumented people. Please involve us as neighborhood watch.
Eyesibini into thina akho nto singayenziyo. Cha inye into edibene nemali sivele sibekwe ecaleni. Umzekelo apha kule George le sikhutshwa ngaphandle funeke siyosiba isecurity ngapha yana elwandle sibekwe ngaphandle because kaloku into enemali sibekwa ngaphandle qha mathini masivolunteer qha.
They only want us to volunteer here in George. If there are budget allocations, they don't consider us. They only want us to go there as security guards in the they put us aside.
Isimanga sento kuthatha abantu base-Hudson bazogada apha elwandle kodwa thina balapha eGeorge asithathwa nganothathwa tu.
Even I'll give you an example. They recruit people from Oldson, but as residents of George, we don't get considered. They take these people to be the securities in the beaches.
Siyanicela bahlonipheki. Siyanicela khopho sithatha khona. Inene nyani sibadala ngoku. Kodwa siyawuthanda intoni ekuhlaleni kube kucwangco. Inye into esifunayo qha.
We want peace in our communities. As elderly people, we care about our communities. So what we want is peace and harmony in our area of state.
Ndifuna ubuza ucela ubuza. Umsebenzi kaNeighborhood sayazi yakhusela. But into esingayaziyo asiyazi emva kokukhusela kwethu intoni le izakwazi usinceda. Umzekelo amapolisa uba ngabani ipolisa lifile emsebenzini likhona into eziphumayo. Thina kabantu bakaNeighborhood uba ngabana sonzakele pha ngoba siphathi nothi sihamba nje thina ngedokipini asiphathi nix kodwa wona amapharapara akwazi wona alwe nathi ngeyiphi into enokwazi ukunceda abantu bakaNeighborhood xa ngabana ulimele umuntu usemsebenzini.
I would like to pose a question. If there's an injury on duty as a person of neighborhood, what is assisting you? Because these thugs who are roaming our streets are fully armed and we are not armed at all as neighborhood watch.
Bilonto ke eyesibini sicela itransport. Umkhulu umhlaba wasethemba lethu ukude ukuhamba kindawo ngendawo njengoba sisonke apha siphela sihlangwa siphangele siya volunteer asinangxaki lonto leyo. Umna na 16 years mina ndilapha kuNeighborhood. Akhona sende ndayifumana party andinangxaki. Kodwa inye into makibe khona uchinze sokufumanayo.
We want some sort of stipend or assistance, especially the transport, because I've been here for 16 years working as a neighborhood personnel, and I haven't experienced any assistance. So we do need transport. Thembaletu area is very, very big.
Thank you very much.
Thank you.
Thank you very much.
Mandibulise abaphathi belihlelo ngokulinganayo nasekuhlaleni ezantsi Florini. Igama lam Zephania Chifase. Nhlala eThembalethu 113.
My name is Zephania Chifase from Thembaletu. In 113, I would like to greet the committee and the fellow South Africans who are here with us.
Dililungu leNeighborhood Watch.
I am a member of the Neighborhood Watch.
Ngoba nihleli apha phansi bahlonipheki, ndinombuzo endizibuza wona. Okokuba umbutho noba ngowuphi na ongululawulayo okanye ngomnye ozawulawula awunakona ukuthatha kwenye ipati ukuqasha amalungu enye ipati ukuze kuphele le corruption yeziporho besithetha ngayo kule ndawo.
Now you have alluded that there is corruption in the spooks industry within the intelligence sector. If you have a governing party, why can't that governing party work in coalition with other political parties so that we can end corruption?
Ngoba le ndaba siyibonile kuMadiba ebenako uthatha kwenye parties kodwa ngoku emva kwakhe akhange iphinde yenzeke. That's why ndicinga njalo.
That is why we are in this situation, because a good example was done by former President Mandela, whereby he was able to recruit other people from other political parties.
Sisengxakini apha eSouth Africa. Andinacalucalulo. Kodwa njengoba nisibona ngoku asihlelanga kuba sipenshele. Kodwa kusebenza abantu basemzini. Sihleli phansi sifuna ukusebenza.
It's very painful when we see it's only foreign nationals that are able to work. It's not as if maybe we are old or we do need pensions, but we don't have job opportunities.
Siyacela bethu kakhulu into esizele apha kweliholo ingapheleli kule ndawo siya kuyo khanise kwabangaphambili siyacela kakhulu kwenakele ethemba lethu kubulawa umuntu umhla nezolo njengangokuba awukwazi ukuyidlulisa into oyibona yenzeka ekuhlaleni ngenxa yokuba ebusuku uzawuvingcela uzobulawa.
People in Thembalethu are dying in numbers, and you are not even able to come forward to be a whistleblower, because the following day you will be the next one who will be killed.
Siyabulela kakhulu andizuthetha ndwinde enkosi.
I thank you.
Thank you very much.
Good morning, Chair. Good morning, panel. Good morning, fellow South Africans. My name is Nashareen Mohammed. I'm from Ward 3 here in George. We represent the Al Jamaa group. On behalf of Al Jamaa, I want to talk about people with disabilities. It is always difficult for people living with disabilities to find decent jobs. Government has given people with disabilities various opportunities to pursue further studies, to upskill themselves, and even to start their own businesses. But it is not always easy for them to find the work in various sectors, including government departments. We would like to see this department affording more work opportunities to youth, men, and people with disabilities. Government entities must set the example and lead the way to open employment opportunities for the most vulnerable people in our communities, those living with the disabilities. Women in particular, in most cases, are left behind with their to fend for their children and the youth. Al Jamaa does support this bill, but we would like to see the government offer more opportunities to people with disabilities. Thank you.
Thank you very much.
Mbolweni ndiyabulisa abantu abangasehla. Ndithi namandize ndizoma apha ndivile into ethethekayo. Mari sinoloyiko thina bewe siyapatrola kodwa mari akwapho sibhatalo kodwa ingase sichinzwe nokwenze baye ngoku sinoloyiko bake ngoku abantu abafuna uphakama khona bayoyika banoloyiko.
My name is Makosandile Stwebile from Dongwe. I greet the committee and the people at large. I want to raise a concern that we people who are patrolling are living in fear.
Ndinoloyiko tata mna bake ngoku sengicingela nexhego uwamdezi bake mdala so bake ngoku angapatrola mdala kakhulu so olutsha ngokuloyiko.
Now there is an old man who is also patrolling and they are living in fear.
Kwenye ndawo siyafuna ngokuba kasebenzi singasebenzi ngoku siyaqhomekeka kube ngoku senzele basenzele umsebenzi wasekuhlaleni bakisihleli kabuhlungu ba isikele emnqazi nisho.
Now we don't have other means to live except to do this job, and where we stay there are many thugs who are roaming around the streets terrorizing us.
Nabantu bayaphele ngoba bayahlatywe ngabantu ababuye ezithaveni ebusuku so ngoku sikulongxaki thina.
Now even people come from taverns, they get stabbed. We are experiencing such problems.
Namanje uzokwenza into inde ngondithi namanje izoma ibhekise nongasisibe lixheko lodwa elithethayo.
Now I want to come here also to make my contribution. So I don't want an elderly to also make his own contribution, but I also, in my capacity, want to make my own contribution.
Siyafuna ukukhwanda ukuthi abaselwandle ngoku bazizajurity nathi siyawufuna la msebenzi bake siwulambele bengoku akho nto asithatha intweni.
Now you heard a story whereby there are people who are recruited to work as security personnel in oceans. We also wish to have such jobs because we are not working at this present moment.
Nami ndithi mandiphinde ndize ndizoma kodwa ke andizuthetha ntweni ndiza kuhlala phansi.
That's why I won't be long in my submission.
Siyafuna baka abantu bangaphambili ngoku ngifuna sibe nochinzo ndoba kulo msebenzi sikuyo asabe ngosingalima nolimala bakho nto siqhobe ngazo.
Now we do want to get some form of assistance from the committee because the kind of job that we do, we don't get any funding that is able to assist us.
Ngoku amaxhele nasikuwomdezi noko lixheko akanakwazi ba ngoku abheke training nibake mdala.
I'll give an example. There is an old man on DES. The bill says there must be academies to train such people, but the age of DES does not allow him to embark on that training because he's very old.
And
I will sit down, Honorable Chair.
Thank you very much.
Mandibulise kumalungu eParliament nakubahlali ngokubanzi.
Greetings to the committee and fellow South Africans at large.
Igama Elias ifane nguDaimani dipha eRiversdale kwaNokuthula.
My name is Elias Mtamani from Riversdale in an area called Nokuthula.
Daimani.
Daimani is my surname.
Obanza uthetha osukuthethiwe ndizawucela uxolo because siye sabantu salibaseka iTransport.
We got delayed by transport, so I will apologize if maybe I'm talking something that has been put here on this platform.
Okokuqala I think ibalekile ukuthi le bill mayifikeleleke ku community so that the community iwazi amalungelo wayo.
It's very important that these kinds of bill can reach communities so that the community members can be aware of their rights.
Into ebalulekileyo njengoko sibava bonke abantu abaphakamayo bazothetha apha bathetha ngentswelo misebenzi especially kubantu abatsha.
Now many people have came here on this platform crying foul of lack of jobs, especially within the youth.
Ukuba asibabandakanye abantu abatsha kwelidabi sawube masiwachithe lamanzi ibalekile.
Now if in such platforms we don't involve the youth, we'll be failing dismally.
Because xa ujonga isigilamkhuba imajority ngabantu abatsha.
Now if you look at what is happening in crime rates, you find out that this crime is committed by youth.
Unobangela abanamisebenzi.
The reason or the paramount reason is because they don't have any work or they don't have job opportunities.
Uhulumende makaveze amathuba emisebenzi for abantu abatsha ukulwa ulwaphulomthetho.
Government must create job opportunities amongst the youth so that the crime can be addressed, the issue of crime can be addressed.
Siyeke lento yokuveza imithuba yemisebenzi for ixesha elincinci because icrime into ehlala ihleli ayipheli.
Now don't come here with jobs that are of a short period because crime is continuous, is a continuous activity.
Sumvile ke nohulumende nomongameli xa bethetha I think uzawuphinda ayigxininise nakwisona ngolusine ukuthi mayingabi nje into ethethwa encwadini indaba yoveza amathuba emisebenzi mayibe yinto ayigxininisayo uhulumende enze indlela abaqeshwe abantu abatsha lizowuhla nenambazo lophulomthetho.
Now maybe the president on Thursday will also allude to the fact that let us not deal with the issue of job opportunities on paper only, but let us make jobs to be a practical thing so that crime rates can decrease.
Naxa kuveza amathuba emisebenzi bangajongwa kwecala lika N2 kulityalo kwenye icala ka N2.
Now if you create job opportunities, you must cover all areas. Don't look at the side of N2 to say, yes, I'm creating job on this side, but on the other hand, people are just folding their hands without any employment opportunities.
Mna ndizawuthetha ngeRiversdale. Xa useRiversdale ukwelicala ke-N2 kwanokuthula kwelicala itown because xa ungasebenziyo kwelicala ke-N2 uzawuwela kwelicala lingaphaya uyokophula umthetho phaa because ufuna isonka.
Now I'll talk about the area of Riversdale. If maybe you employ the people of Riversdale and not employ the people on the other side, people will cross over to find other means through illegal means if they don't have job opportunities.
And ndifuna uyigxininisa loo nto ulwaphulo mthetho alunakhala indlala ayinakhala so masiyeke ukohlulwa xa kuvezwa amathuba emisebenzi.
I want to say that crime has no color or creed. Therefore, let us make sure that you don't discriminate people in terms of color if you want to open job opportunities.
Ndiyaphela apha.
I thank you.
Thank you very much.
Thank you very much, Chairperson and panel. First of all, I must say that I haven't been that privileged to have the bill seen before today. But mine is just short, is that I first of all, as an ex-political detainee under Section 29 of the Internal Security Act, would like to support Al-Jamal on the clause of torture. Secondly, I would like to speak on the cyberspace. And that is, I would like to, we all know that Silicon Valley is in the heart and the capital of the United States of America. They are the home of Facebook and Google and all the other engines within the cyberspace. So what I would like to see is that there must be a direct bilateral between security agents or intelligence agents with the CIA and the FBI to control what is going on in Silicon Valley. Secondly, we all know that we are entering the era of robotics and artificial intelligence. And I think the bill must make provision for a special agency, especially in the health fraternity, when it comes to artificial intelligence and robotics. It can harm the health sector very much. Thirdly and lastly, I think that for me the oversight role and function should lie with the Office of the President, because the buck must stop somewhere. I think we have two very clear examples what happened in 2021 with a aircraft landing in the mid-morning at one of our international key points, and no one can account. Secondly, we also have the example of the insurrection 2-3 years back in KwaZulu-Natal. I think the President must keep accountable for these where intelligence was. Thank you very much.
Thank you very much.
Good morning. Kaigangans. My naam is Hermanus Baatjes.
Good morning.
I am Chief Paramount in the Khoisan community. We have noticed of quite some period of time that the genocides is still being imposed upon our people. We need the intelligence agency to know about it, because it will get worse. It will get very serious if this can continue, this thing of genocide. What we see genocide in Israel, how our people are being killed, children are killed. So this is what we are cautioning you about as the national intelligence. Please recognize and acknowledge what we are saying today. For us as a Khoisan, we're coming from a community, or we're coming from a background where we have been loved in a free and a free willing society, where we harvest, where we graze, and where we love as communities until a day when we have been cyberneted by some of our communities that are living today here in the Republic of South Africa. We love them, we see them as brothers. But it's about time that we also receive the same recognition as the many kings and the many queens of the Zulus, the Xixosas, the Basutus, and all those kings. It has been since 2020, since the bill has been enacted by the president of the country, never in our areas, our coalition leaders has been recognized. They've been opposed and opposed by the politicians because they have their own agendas. And that thing we also want to bring onto the agendas because we talk about domestic affairs. The foreign affairs is very important also to us because there is also marginalization when it comes to our foreign trades and all that stuff. On the communities where we live, we are overstreamed by our foreign nationals. We welcome them because you want to do business with us, but not to overtake our areas, like what happened today in our country. That is also domestic matters that should be notified at the border post, where these passports has been checked. So the composition is very important for us. The composition of this intelligence committee is very important to us. Because if you are uninformed leaders, how will you deal with the issues of the other communities? How will you deal with the issues of the civil societies? So therefore, we need to make sure that we have that platform where we can also engage with you as the law of the Republic set aside. I want to close. We have a Royal Intelligence Agency, and we don't receive the necessary support. We don't receive the necessary equipment, tools that we're supposed to have. If we can have assistance from the national, because we talk about intelligence, we gladly accept it if we can be supported and help to make sure that our Royal Intelligence Agency function and operational in a manner of which is prescribed when we adopt and we finalize this document. It's called the National Intelligence Agent Bill. I thank you all very much. Thank you.
Thank you very much.
Yabulisa isihlalo nekomiti yakhe. Igama lami Nokuzola Breakfast. Ndihlala eThemba Lethu. Ndi-member ye-CPF kwakunye ne-Neighborhood Watch.
My name is Nokuzola Breakfast from Themba Lethu. I am a member of Neighborhood Watch and a member of CPF in Themba Lethu.
Ndiba apha bendizawucela. Bendizawucela ugovernment ajonge iThemba Lethu ilokishi phofu. Njengoba bendivile bekuthiwe i-law enforcement ikhona iyasebenza and iyathunyelwa ba ecourt abayi ecourt. So i-law enforcement andiyiboni eThemba Lethu.
Now I would like the committee or government to look at the issue of law enforcement in Themba Lethu. They are not visible at all. Someone came here to say that they even go to courts.
Abayi ecourt.
They don't go to courts.
So benzocela ke ugovernment athathe kwabantu ezilokishini abatraine babe zezo ghost ke cause asabantu basincedayo thina eThemba Lethu.
Now, I would like government to train people in places like Thembalethu to act as intelligent people or as ghosts or spooks, because they are the ones actually who are doing the actual work in those communities.
I-crime ininzi kuthi eThemba Lethu and into ejongiweyo yi-town kuphela.
The crime is very rife in our area. All they care about are the urban areas or towns. They don't care about the township like Thembalethu.
Ndiyabulela.
I thank you.
Thank you very much.
Oh, ndiyayixhasa ibill.
And then the record, I support the bill.
Thank you very much.
Mandibulise mgcinisihlalo nenhlangano yeParliament nabahlali ngokubanzi.
Let me greet the committee and the community at large.
Igama lami ndingusandile Maseko ndisuka kwaNonqaba ndiyimember yeNeighborhood Watch.
My name is Sandile Maseko from KwaNonqaba, and I'm also a member of Neighborhood Watch.
Yes, ndiyabona ba i-members zami, i-colleagues zami zaseGeorge zinazo zona ne-safety ezichazayo uba nyani bamoyamnye thina sinazo kwa ezo safety.
I can see my colleagues from George, they do have some safety equipment, but in our area we don't have such equipment.
Sabhalisa amagama ethu nabantu ngokuba uNeighborhood Watch sabanikela umphathi ustishi wethu wakwaNonqaba esinikele ilungu lakhe lisebenza nathi zasuka eKapa siphindaphinda kuthiwa kuya research uba asinamatyalana till today sisalindile.
We did submit our list through the commissioner, and then they were saying no, they are still looking at our criminal records. But up until today, we didn't get any form of assistance. We're still waiting, whereas we submitted our names.
Ibhili lena yona uba yeza ilungile mayize kodwa ke phansi kwe-consequences zebhili ngebhili ezimane zisizizwa kuthi siyi-community asiboni zisebenza through kule nto yele part of your democracy asiyiboni sisebenzela thina.
We do experience bills whereby they come to us as communities, but we don't, this form of democracy through these bills is not working for us at all.
Yeah, so sifumana ba if yonke le 30 years sikwi-democracy, they are failing for us as a poor people.
As poor people, this 30 years of democracy is not working for us. It has failed us instead.
Which is ngoku masixozeni mphini umbi singabahlali sicela uba ngoku ke siyeke ubizwa ngegama le-democracy sinikwe i-theocratical religion ingathi ingasinceda.
Let us be given theocratical religion, not to be referred to as living under democracy.
Because i-democracy ne-TV indlela ezishumayo zayona o-generation no-D7 Dila no-D-Bold sisibonisa uba amadoda mawathandane namanye amadoda nabafazi mbathense umtshelo uyashumayela eTV.
Now you see this spread of propaganda in TV whereby they are encouraging same-sex relationship. It's very, very bad for us. That's why we want to come up with an alternative.
And nelgama lithi democracy sifumana uba silisithuko kuthi because when ulijonge ligama lingathi lithi democracy lithi demon are crazy, which is the demon are crazy, so we are not allowed.
Now this name called democracy is a mockery to us because it has got something to do with demon and crazy.
Yes, ugqibezela mhlali ngaphambili ndizokuhlala phansi i-issue yethu yale bill nale mithetho ibekwayo sizibona thina sizi-foreigners ngoba ii-shop zethu ne-economy yethu neendawo zokuhlala ezisetown kwi-building zicontrolwa ngama-Bangladesh, ngama-China, ngama-Nigeria, whatever bonke barule i-economy yethu including nee-shop nezipaza shop. Asikwazi ungena nditsho nakwi-Shoprite sibeke zethu izinto ngoba i-high price yabo ugovernment akasincedi babe bona kulamazwe abama-Bangladesh besiza no-government babo bebasupporta for ukukhulisa imali zamazwe abo ngathi.
We see ourselves as pariahs or foreigners in our country because the only owners of the local economy are the Bangladeshi and other people, whereas in their own kind of religion their governments assist them in terms of having their own business and economically.
And indaba yomhlaba kule bill anide nize nebill yomhlaba uba idithini ibill yomhlaba ekugqibeleni ngoba yonke inosikhulula ibill yomhlaba kuzo zonke ezi bills.
Now we see that the only bill that can emancipate us is the land question, or a bill that is addressing the land question, because we see all these things but we must get land first.
Ndizawuthetha nje into ezinhlanu ndiyihle mhlali ngaphambili.
I'll speak on 5 issues before I sit down
Ezifunwa yi-community.
that are needed by the community.
Kabla makhumsha, 1, let the hunger be fed.
Abalambileyo ke mabondliwe.
The sick be nourished.
Abagulayo banyangwe.
The aged be protected.
Abadala bakhuselwe.
And the infant be cared for.
Abantu abancikwa zintsana bafumana ukhathalelo.
Ubungafulfilla loo nto for thina ungabe usigqibile.
If you can fulfill those 5 points, you'll be doing a lot of good for us.
Thank you very much.
Goeiemôre.
Good morning. Good morning. Good morning.
Good morning. I'm going to just introduce or just start in English and then I'll switch to Afrikaans. First of all, thank you for the opportunity. I would like to know in this congregation here, how many, if you can just give us a show of hands, how many neighborhood watchers are present? Just put up your hands, please. It's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19. Okay, it's about 40 or 50. So what I'm saying, there are 50 people here representing security patrols. That's the one thing. Number 2, I'd like to know anybody here who was able to read 41 pages while sitting. Just put up your hand. No one. So I'd like to propose, why is a security patrol necessary in South Africa? Don't we have police? Don't we? Why do we need this bill? Don't we have police? Why do we need to be spied on? So that the government will have access to our money, they will have access to everything we do, they will have access to everything we say. So I would like to know, and these questions need to be answered. Everybody here came with the idea that this bill is going to solve the problem. This bill will bring all the perpetrators to book, and they will be locked up for good, or at least, what is the word? Saved. And I would like to be involved in doing that and saving people. That's primarily what I stand for, and to bring the gospel. But I need to know today, why do we need this bill if we have a huge, overinflated police force? Why do we have people complaining about foreigners taking their jobs? Why? Why do we need that? Because I work in communities where people don't have food. If I don't take them a container with soup that I cook in my kitchen, they don't have a meal. But we still want more bills and more bills. If there isn't money for anything in this country, at least to supply the houses that's been promised for 30 years, how on earth will you be able, where's the money going to come from? To play big brother on everybody in this country. I would like those answers. Where will you get the money from? There's no money, even until recently, there was no money for the ANC to run their own campaign. They sold themselves out. I'm not speaking politics. I'm not speaking politics. I'm not speaking politics. I'm saying.
Can we give a chance?
Thank you.
Can we give a chance? And by the way, you never introduced yourself.
Sorry?
You never introduced yourself when you
sorry.
started.
My apologies. My name is Deidre. My surname is Carlitz. I have a heart for people. and I work in the communities. I haven't been doing it long enough. I'm very sorry about that. I see the need of the people, and I go on my knees in the dirt to thank God for sending us here and making a change and making a difference. But I come back to my question, where is the money going to come from? If there isn't money for houses, there isn't money for work. You have to create work to give people the dignity, to restore their dignity, so that they can bring home food and put food on the table for their families. I once saw, it was a black actor, can't remember his name, and he said when he grew up, they grew up very, very, living very hard. His father had to, I don't know what you call it in English, hy moes klippe gekap het.
Okay.
Well, there's another.
You can accept the two languages, any language. You can change from English to Afrikaans. It's fine.
But yes, okay. But hy moes klippe kap.
He had to break stones.
He had to break stones to make a living. And he asked his father, what is the dignity, wherein is the dignity of a man? And he said, the